Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Karsten, and we're going to go over my Oscar picks and predictions for 2018. I know there are a lot of snubs this year. There were a lot of things that people wanted to be on the awards. There were a lot of things that people didn't want to be on the awards, and, we got what we got, and we're just going to deal with it, right? So first off, we got actor in a leading role. We got these fellas, and I think they're going to give it to either Gary Oldman or Daniel Day-Lewis, possibly. You know who I want to win. It's Timothy. Obviously, Timothy or Daniel Kaluuya, I think, should take this home. But if we're speaking in who's going to win, it's probably going to be Gary Oldman. Actor in a supporting role, we got these bad boys. I think I want William Dafoe to take this one home. He had a great performance. I think they're going to give it to Sam Rockwell, though, just because the Oscars are really boring and they're not going to do anything new with it. I also see them giving it to Christopher Plummer because of, that whole thing. But that's about it, Actress in a leading role, they're probably going to give it to Frances. Not gonna be surprised if they give it to Frances. Who do I want to win? Obviously Margot Robbie, obviously Saoirse Ronan. With either of those two, I would be pretty happy with. Let's see, actress in a supporting role. I thought Allison Janney was great. I thought she was amazing, but I really hope they don't give it to her again, because it wasn't that great, right? I think they should give it to Laurie Metcalf just because she is very underrated this award season. She had one of the best performances of the year, so definitely think they should give it to Laurie Metcalf, but I do see them giving it to Allison Janney. Animated feature film, we got The Boss, baby. You already know, the best film of the year. The Breadwinner, Coco, Ferdinand, and Loving Vincent. You already know they're gonna give it to The Boss, baby. You already know what the fuck. Just kidding. They're probably gonna give it to Coco, and I probably want Coco to win, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Next up, we got cinematography. We got Blade Runner, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Mudbound, and The Shape of Water. We all know who should win. We all know who I want to win. We all know who they're probably going to give it to. Roger Deakins with Blade Runner. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to the boy Hoyt, though. Even though that would be very disappointing because Blade Runner blew that one out of the water. Get it? Because costume design. We got Beauty and the Beast. What am I doing? I'm not going to read the names. Who do I want to win? Did not see Phantom Thread, but given that the fact that it's all about fashion and, they probably did a pretty good job with it. I think they should give it to Phantom Thread, and I think they will give it to Phantom Thread, just given the plot of the movie and all of that. Next up, we got directing, big boy category. We got all of these lovely people. I'm so glad that they gave Greta Gerwig and Jordan Peele a nomination, and I really think that Greta Gerwig should win it. A lot of people say Lady Bird was great, but it wasn't well directed. I don't understand that. I thought it was great. It was great. I think they'll probably give it to Guillermo, though, if we're going to be honest. Documentary, did not see any of these, but I've heard of Faces and Places from Instagram, so I'm going to say that. Documentary short subject, I haven't seen any of the features, so why would I see the short subject? Sorry guys. Film editing, Baby Driver. We all know Baby Driver should win. We all know that it might. If Baby Driver doesn't win, I hope they give it to I, Tonya, because that was also really well edited. But these other three weren't they didn't blow me out of the water or anything like that. So probably, I hope they give it to Baby Driver. I think they will give it to Baby Driver, and I'll just leave it at that. Foreign language film, didn't see any of these, but I've heard a lot about The Square, so I think they'll probably give it to that, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Makeup and hairstyling, Darkest Hour, Victoria and Abdul, and Wonder. I'm gonna be honest, Darkest Hour looks pretty boring. I don't think it should get a Best Picture nominee, but I think they nailed it with the makeup. I think that it definitely deserves this one. Wonder, I watched and I hated it. It was so cheesy, but I definitely think that it has a reason to be in this category. Do I think they'll give it to Darkest Hour? Yeah. Music original score. We all know Star Wars is probably going to win just because John Williams did a really great job, but I also think Hans Zimmer has a shot at this one. Personally, I think that The Shape of Water should get it. I thought that it just, it got me wet, if you know what I mean. Music original song. Well, I really want Sufjan to give a speech because God knows what that man is going to say if he gets the award, but I think they'll probably give it to Remember Me or This Is Me just because, those are kind of the big boys of the year when it comes to the music. Oh, here we go. The big one, Best Picture. We got Call Me By Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards. I obviously want Lady Bird to win. Would not be mad if Get Out won or if Call Me By Your Name won. But if we're speaking of what is probably going to win, it might just be 3 Billboards, might just be The Shape of Water, and it might be Lady Bird. I'm really pushing for Lady Bird in this one though. But this one's kind of a toss-up. You really don't know with the Academy Awards. All right, we got production design. Listen, I thought Blade Runner was great. Production design wise,
wise, but The Shape of Water really killed it with that one. So I'm really hoping they give it to them. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to them. I think they nailed the production design aspect of the film. Short film animated, did not see any of these, but The Garden Party sounds and looks like an Oscar winner. Short film live action, have not seen any of these, but The Silent Child looks kind of interesting, I guess. Sound editing and sound mixing, basically the same nominees. I hope Baby Driver wins both of these. Probably won't. I think one of these will go to Dunkirk, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't really know how they're gonna do this one, but I think Baby Driver and Dunkirk were kind of the stars. Also Blade Runner. Let's not forget about Blade Runner. Next up, we got visual effects. I think Blade Runner should definitely win. They really made it seem like a whole new world, but I do see them giving it to War for the Planet of the Apes, just because the Academy Awards seem like the type that would be like, oh, look at the monkeys, and give them the award. Next up, we got writing adapted screenplay, and I really think they should give it to Call Me By Your Name, but I think it would be cool to see a superhero movie like Logan take home an award for writing. I really liked The Disaster Artist, but, it wasn't the best adapted screenplay of the year. It was a great book, but, they could have done a better job with the adaptation. Next up, we got writing original screenplay. Finally, The Big Sick got a nomination, and it's probably the only one that it deserves, if we're being real. I think that Get Out should win this one, just because it's probably the smartest screenplay I've seen in recent years. I would not be surprised if they gave it to Three Billboards, though, which would be a huge disappointment because it had a lot of plot holes, and Get Out was just far superior in terms of a screenplay. That's about it. I know it was a quick one. I just had to get my thoughts out. I just had to do some picks and predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I got a new one coming this Sunday, and yeah, I'll just leave it at that. See you guys in the next one.